ciencia.
Amé la ciencia. Because I didn't get those things on my AirPods. Hey, taters, how y'all doing? Hi, KT. FD Kino Clan Sphere. Men should not strive to be alpha, strive to be oh my God. Who said that before? Is that original? Because holy smokes, that's what I'm talking about. Don't try to be alpha. Try to be masculine. Because I'm so tired of dealing with feminine or effeminate men. Hi, Spitfire. That's the key. This whole thing about being alpha. Dude, be masculine. You got Clavicular wearing makeup. The best thing about Clavicular is that man is not going to live that long. If he's really doing what he says he's doing, if he's really juicing like he says, right now I can't believe anything come out of his mouth. I can't believe one of Clavicular's Clavicular's dumbass young supporters came and said, see, that the police said there are not gonna be any charges. I said, why would it be any charges for a car accident? No. I said, no. I said, there's nowhere in that police report did it say anything about him running over somebody. it was a crash. How are you, if you're running over somebody, how the hell is a crash? The report said crash. So it was an accident, and because it happened on private property, nothing's going to be done. There was no crime. There was not even an injury. There was nothing. And I'm like, man, dude. It's like society is getting dumber and dumber. And when you unplug from the internet and then you come back and you see some of the dumbest things people say, you go, oh my God, you guys are idiot. Here's something else too. I had a black woman. Clearly she can relate to Cardi B. I did a video 2-3 months ago where I was talking about how Cardi B married down. And the reason why she married down, I don't like Offset, but I really don't like no Cardi B. So I said, she married down, right? And this woman,
yay, I got a subscriber.
She comes into my replies and said, Offset was bigger than Cardi B when they met. So, she was not marrying down. She was marrying up. Now, when a woman, I don't care what her race is, when a woman tells me that, I automatically know I'm dealing with a chicken head. Okay? I know automatically I'm dealing with a chicken head. 100% dealing with a chicken head. Okay? Because there's no need for you to tell me that just because he was doing decent in his career, that she was marrying up. That N-word had 3 baby mamas and 3 babies. Cardi ain't had no baby daddies because she ain't had no babies. And you think that a woman marrying a man with not 1, not 2, but 3 baby daddies is her marrying up? You a chicken head.
Boom, headshot.
You a ratchet queen. You a ratchet ass heifer. Okay? You are a product of ratchetness. It wasn't even obvious to her. It was like, it was one of those, well, he was still doing, I don't care, that idiot could be a mega multi-millionaire. He comes with baggage. When a man comes with baggage and a woman does not have that baggage, then she is marrying down. Cardi B got low self-esteem anyway, hence why she went from bad to worse. She went from Offset to Stephon Diggs. And now she being clowned constantly. And that little boy ain't gonna have a chance in hell. Mark my words. Right now it's too early because y'all not gonna see how right I am. But when he gets of age, that little boy gonna have a hard time in his life. Because he is the one that is not fathered by Offset like his other 3 brothers and sisters. Okay? His father is a baby meal maker, and he's closeted. So people are not going to respect that. I'm not lying about this, okay? Because I'm telling you about the black community. They're not going to respect the little one because, well, one of these things are not like the other. One of these things are kind of the same. He don't belong there. And he gonna grow up with a complex, so he's gonna be the most, he's gonna be the youngest. He's also the one that don't have the same father as his older brothers and sisters. So he's gonna be the one that caused the most trouble. He gonna cause the most trouble because he's gonna feel left out. And Offset, I don't like Offset, but damn, at least that man does, spend time with his damn kids. Not like he should, but way more than Stefan. Stefan has 6 going on 7 kids. His kids, if they don't have a decent mother, they're going to turn out messed up. Because can't no man be a good father to all those kids by different women. It's not even going to matter. Oh, hold on a second. Let me see. Was that you donated, Joe? Who was that? Didn't I get a donation? Oh, Jasmine, thank you so much for subbing for 22 months. Thank you, Jasmine. Speaking of Jasmine, I need to email Jasmine for our collab this month. So that's that. I'm just saying, like, this don't make no damn sense. You heard about the Offset Diggs choking an alligator. Oh, yeah, I've been heard about that. That's baby mama number 7. When I said he got 6 kids and 1 on the way, baby mama number 7. The so-called chef is baby mama number 7. Ladies, let me tell you something. If you don't get over your issues or why you got married to the wrong man or why you hooked up with the wrong man, the second man will remind you you're still a dumbass and you need some clearing. You still need some inner work to do. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. And y'all say some of the stupidest things to me like, she married up when she got with Offset. Like, hell for how? You could get away with that with one baby mama. Maybe. I wouldn't let her get away with that. Okay. Any woman that don't, let me tell y'all ladies something. If you don't have kids, okay? If you don't have kids, you never had kids. Because you can still have a baby daddy and unfortunately something happened to that child. Okay? He's still a baby daddy. He's just a baby daddy of a deceased child. But if you never had kids, you ain't gonna never have no baby daddy. So you already ahead of the game. You way ahead of the game. So if a man with millions have a baby mama, you're better than him. Always. Always. He's damaged goods. He's coming to the relationship with baggage. But if he coming in with 3 baby mamas and 3 kids, a kid by each one of them, oh my God, dude. What in the hell? Anybody check on Mariah Carey's children? See how they turned out? I got a funny feeling they might turn out okay. They might. But look at Kim Kardashian. All them kids are gonna be messed up. I like comparing Northwest to Blue. Because here you have a little girl who is intelligent. She has self-esteem, that she's actually coming into herself, right? So she's really learning her powers as a girl. She's learning, well, as a young woman. You could tell she has a good daddy in her life. No matter what y'all think about JD, and there's a lot to think about, he did a good job being in her life, showing her validation so that she don't go out and search for validation like Northwest. Northwest is going to be on that pole or going to be snorting sugar booger real soon, honey. You could just see it at the age of 12 going on 13. That girl cooked. She done. So I'm just saying, like, you can tell when somebody has a good father in their life, and you can tell when you look at Blue versus Northwest. So anyway, I don't want to rant all day on this thing here, but Y'all, I want y'all to think. Random University did. I'm gonna give y'all the link so y'all can go support him. Give his video a like. You see what I'm saying? He did a video on Donovan Sharp with the AI thing. And hold on, let me give it to y'all so y'all can go check it out. Doesn't he look like I know he hears this all the time. Lawrence Fishburne. Okay, there you go. Did you talk about? Oh no. Oh yeah. Oh God. So I haven't seen Midnight. Midnight hasn't been blessing me with her presence lately. It is what it is, you know. Black cat energy to the hilt. Okay, let me give it to my chat here. But Toby, dude, Toby came in. I fed Toby, and then I went into the back room. I think I was looking for something, and then I forgot. I forgot Toby was in this house. So, cause when I went into the back room, I came back out to I think I was gonna get me some raw cashews. So I went to go get me some raw cashews, and then I came back in here and started getting on the internet, working on some projects. 2 hours go by, and I go out and I get me some water. And then when I come out of the kitchen, I hear meow and scared the bejesus out of me. I turn around, there was Toby. And I said, "You were here the whole time?" And I guess Toby was like, I had enough staying in here. You too loud. And he walked towards the door, and I opened the door and I let him out. And I said, okay, I need to make sure I don't forget, cause when he eats, I go about my business, cause he takes his time eating, and I'll fill his plate up like once or twice, and I forget about him, because normally he'll start begging for more food by meowing at me, and that's when if I feed him 2 times, I don't go no third. I go, okay, you gotta get out. Bye. Get out. But this time I gave him some wet food. And when I gave him wet food, he ate it and then he just dipped. I didn't see him no more until 2 hours later. And then I came and got some water. And then that's when he was right there, like a couple of feet away from the door. So eating ain't cheating. Well, I mean, he tried to hide and stay in this house. Hi, Iron 345. So there's that. All right, but anyway, I want y'all to go and check his. It's really funny. It's really, 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 really funny. He goes more into Donovan's AI video than I do. And Donovan, I didn't even mention this in my video, but Donovan go over that story he always go over when he was with some baby mama that was on drugs and she was still boinking the baby daddy. I said, dude, oh my God, man, stop it. People keep saying like, damn, I forgot all about Donovan Sharp. I did too. No, he did that on purpose. That's how the video is. He only put half his face there. That's not me. That's how the video is. See, he cuts half of it. It looks good actually. He don't have to show his whole face if he doesn't want to, that shizzle. But no, he did that on purpose. So he cuts half his face. But if you look at the video, if you want to see his whole entire face, you can go click on the video. Here, you want me to help you? Here you go. Here we go.
And busted Betty.
There you go. There you go. See? Feel better now? There you go. Yeah. He's funny though. That video is funny. All right. I told you guys we were going to go over this video from Patrick CC. This video came out 12 days ago. So we're going to go over it because it's a long ass video. So it's going to take up the rest of the show. It's a 48-minute long video. Let me, 125. Here we go. All right, here we go. All right, here we go.
A generation of lost young men turned to the internet looking for role models, and instead found a cesspool of self-proclaimed alpha males ready to exploit them. These gurus preach confidence and discipline.
Wes Watson don't look like that no more. Wes Watson don't look like that no more.
But the deeper you look, the clearer it becomes that their lives are nothing like what they sell. Behind the tough guy personas are men drowning in insecurity, fraud, lies, and desperation. Some of these guys claim to have the highest IQ on the planet, and others literally admit to doing meth to look more attractive. Today we're discussing the most notorious ones, starting with King Azulai.
See, a lot of y'all know who King Azulai is. I think that's how you say his name. I don't know this guy. I swear I don't know who he is. Y'all know him. Y'all know him. He's never ran. I've never. He must not be that big. Cause I never heard of him before. Then again, I mean, is there a reason I should have heard of him?
Alpha, who pled guilty to sexual contact with a 15-year-old girl. Ben Azulai essentially looked at Andrew Tate and said,
well, that's because he's That's why. Okay? That's why. He looks like he is one.
I can do the same thing, only Ben has less charisma and it is way less convincing when he lies, because his origin story is almost certainly completely made up. According to Ben, his mother came to America through the Mexican border to give birth to him. He spent his early childhood going between America and his mother's home country of Israel, before permanently settling in the United States at 10 years old.
Dude, he's Israeli! He must be. No. He has to be an Arab Israeli. There's no way he's Jewish. He has to be an Arab Israeli. They got a lot of them over there.
Ben claims that he began visiting a Chinese restaurant every day for lunch, where he was mentored by the restaurant's owner and trained in the art of kung fu. Ben, who barely spoke English at the time, became the target of bullying at school and used his newly acquired martial arts skills to beat anyone and everyone up who disrespected him.
Okay, what movie did that come from? That's a movie. Hold on. Yeah, but you understand, Israeli doesn't mean Jew. That's what y'all gotta understand. Israeli does not mean Jewish. I know people think Karate Kid, thank you, Musu, right? Thank you, Karate Kid. I know, wait a minute. I seen this storyline before. Okay, I want just like there are white people in Mexico. There are literally white Mexicans. So there are Arab Israelis. Arabs who have been born and raised in Israel.
People really understand things better when they get.
Just look at him. He's not Semitic. I see it in him. I see the Arab in him.
Their face, they just act different. So everybody started respecting me.
At the age of 13, Ben claims that he fought 30 guys at once and they could not fully defeat him. Well, at least that's what I think.
And they couldn't defeat that. You know that's a lie, dude. You know that's a lie. That's a lie. But you know, there's some people who believe this lie.
I think he changes the story a lot.
I got my ass kicked one time in my life. I was 13 years old. I got jumped by about 30 guys outside of a house party. When I was 13 years old, I got jumped by like 30 guys. They beat shit out of me. One hit
Okay,
me
now they're black guys.
with a baton over the face. And that was the time that I stopped hanging out with people. And believe it or not, today, one of my best friends is a black guy. But at the time, it was literally people that I knew. And they jumped me, 30 guys. There were
Okay, now it's black guys. So it went from 30 guys to 30 black guys. Okay, I don't even believe the 30 girls. First of all, I don't believe the story, period. It could have been 30 white guys. It could have been 30 Muslims. I wouldn't believe the story.
17 and 18, I was 13.
I fought guys that were 7 foot tall, and I fought guys that were almost 400 pounds. I fought 10 guys at the
Boy, he sound like he's saying he's effed guys. Hold on, hold on, y'all. Oh no, it says fought. Is my head is in the gutter? I swear to God, it says I F guys who were 7 feet tall. I F guys. I'm like, you did? Are you coming out of that? Wait a minute, is he gay? Out, he's a. You thought so too? I was like, dude, come on now. I hear, but that's why I got the. He did say I fought. Here we go. He said I fought, not I effed.
same time and beat their ass. And I fought 40 guys and I got jumped by them. And I was 13 years old. It did not matter how many people it was, how big you are. You could be 50 feet tall.
After developing a reputation for being a fighter, Ben said he joined the Russian mafia and started participating in underground fighting matches.
Oh my God. The Russian mafia. Okay. Now y'all know I know about Russia, right? Y'all know I know about the Ruskies, okay? Y'all know I know about Ruskies, right? There's no way they would trust anybody from Israel. No, the Russian mafia are so close ties with Islamic groups. There's no damn way you can sit up here and say, yeah, I joined the Russian mafia. First of all, they don't trust anybody outside of Russia. Chechnya, maybe Belarus. But if you're not Slavic, you cannot join the Russia mafia. So that right there is just, oh yeah, I forgot about the Russian tattoos. Just like the oh God, what is the name of the Japanese what is the name of the Japanese gang that do all the heavy tattoos? Yakuza. That shizzle, you gotta spell it right. That, have y'all ever heard of an American joining the Yakuza? Have y'all heard of any white person, any black person, any Hispanics joining the Yakuza? Yeah, thank you. No daggone. The Russian mafia, that's why it's called Russian mafia. You got to be Russian. Damn, people just, you know what though? It's so easy to lie to people these days because they're not that knowledgeable about this stuff.
And eventually, at the age of 18, I became one of the guys in the mafia. I was named the Kid, and it was the Russian mob. I started fighting.
Didn't the kid come from the Karate Kid too? Dude, what the hell is this fictional story? Oh my God. So, hold on. I want y'all to hear. Those of you who are part of my chat, I'm going, if you don't have critical thinking skills, I'm going to help you get critical thinking skills, okay? All right. Why would the Russian mafia name you the Kid? That's English words. Hold on. I don't even, because Russia used different alphabets. Hold on, let's see. Let's see what the kid would sound like in Russian.
Ребенок. Ребенок. Ребенок.
I don't know what the hell that just said, but it did sound like the kid. Okay. So here we go. You're 18, okay? All right. You're 18. You're Israeli, born and raised there. Your mom went through Mexico. Instead of flying to America, your mom went through the borders of Mexico to get you in here. I don't believe none of this, by the way. And then you got beat up by 30 guys. 30 black guys when you were 13. And then you flew all the way from America to Russia. You didn't learn no Russian. And even though you're Israeli from America, speaking English, no Russian, the Russian mafia sees you at 18 and go, yeah, duh, we bring this kid in. They speak English to you. And they let you in at the age of 18 even though you're not Russian. And they name you the kid. Chat. Maybe y'all don't know other nationalities and cultures because y'all don't travel. But Russians don't act that way. If you ever get to meet Russian people, hell, if you ever get to meet any Slavics, they don't act that way. Poland, Hungary, Ukraine, no, forget them Nazis. Lithuania, Chechnya, Russia, they don't act that way. Those are different type of white people. I can't explain it. You're going to have to meet them to understand. So they see him and they go, oh, we're going to name you the kid. In English, okay.
Fighting underground fights.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's telling the freaking truth. You started kicking everybody.
Oh, black men will believe anything. Come on. Come on. How do you know he's speaking the truth? You don't even know this man like that.
His butt.
Yeah, he was putting me in there with anybody. I told him, give me anybody, I'll eat their throat. I don't care who it is.
You were just a
At 18. Ladies, what did I tell you when you hear men talk? What? Hold on, let me see if I gotta always check in with my ladies, right? Ladies, what did I tell you when you hear men talk? What did I tell you? Let me see if y'all remember what your auntie had been teaching you. When you hear them telling you stories or you hear them talking to you, what do you got to say to yourself? Don't say it to them. What do you got to say to yourself? Yeah, Serbia, Korea. No. Hey, Alexi. Nope, not want. Y'all done forgot already. That's why I got to keep repeating it because I know y'all was going to forget. No, I told you that when men talk to you, when they talk, you got to automatically assume that they're lying. That's the default position. If you all do that, you won't be sitting here talking about, he ghosted me. He told me he loved me. He said he was gonna give me the money back as soon as he got home. He was gonna pay. He was gonna send it to my Cash App. He told me that come on now, come on. They always. I'm telling you, if y'all have that as your default position, y'all won't be crying about these men the way you do. It's just listen, I learned this from my dad. My dad told so many lies to all his women. I was like, man, my daddy a liar. And then I saw how his friends lied. And then I started noticing the pattern. I said, wow, okay. All right, okay. I got it.
It was literally saying just.
My favorite part about Ben is that even though he portrays himself as a ruthless, vicious fighter, he does show his deep insecurities for his height. Standing at a mere 5 foot 7 inches, he justifies.
He's 5'7"? Talking about he was beating up people in Russia? Hold on, guys. Do y'all know what is that? I like that boxer too. For some reason, I can't remember his name. Hold on. Hold on. No, it wasn't you. Hold on. It's not him. Who is it? No, not him. Where's the other one? Good God, that's a big ass man. Guys, what is the name? Is it this guy? Oh shoot. Hold on, guys. Hold on a second. What is the I know him if I see him. Maybe he's MMA. Hold on. I think he's MMA. What is the famous MMA? Hold on. It might be MMA. MMA fighter. There you go. Oh, he's okay. He's MMA. Him right here. This right here. Do y'all know how he got started fighting? Do y'all know how he got started fighting? What is his name? Hold on. Let me get his name right. He's funny too, by the way. He's really, really funny. Oh my God, they all look alike. Here we go. Khabib. No wonder I don't know how to say his name. How the hell you say this? Oh, there you go, Tyler. Yeah, no. I think he was adopted, and they made him wrestle, with bears. Well, they didn't make him wrestle with bears. He was wrestling with bears as a little boy. Hold on a second. Here we go. Wrestling a bear. Right here. Look at him. Little boy right here. They got a little boy right here wrestling a damn bear. Then when he got a little older, he started wrestling bears as still wrestling bears. Okay? Then still wrestling bears. This one a little bigger though. Are they gonna show it? Right? No. Hold on. There you go. I said, that's a different culture, baby. I don't know what you talking about. Oh yeah, I came from Israel and I was in America and I came over and I was killing people. I was ready to kill people in the ring. At 5'7", no you weren't. No you weren't. No, you weren't. No, you weren't. Yeah, I was wrestling with bears at 9 years old. Okay? Now, if you told me he got jumped by 30 people and beat them up, I would believe that story. I would. There's a proof of concept for that. This man was undefeated as an MMA fighter. So I'm just like, yeah. But 5'7", it's always the short guys that got to go over and beyond their natural abilities, isn't it? Dagestan has produced a lot of world class. Is that a city or something? I'm sorry, I'm not heavy into the MMA culture. I don't know why I thought it was a boxer, but I had to think about it like, yeah, he's an MMA fighter.
His height by comparing himself to some of the worst men in human history.
Height doesn't mean anything. It's 5'6". Having longer limbs do not make you any better. You ever seen Putin? 5'6". No. Joseph Stalin? 5'7.5".
Anyways, while he was participating in underground fights at age 18, he was also arrested, which led to some prison time.
And I got arrested for something that they said that I did, and I didn't do it. And when I got out all clean after I spent a little bit of time in jail, I said, I'm never coming back here again.
Remember this because we would later find out why he actually went to prison, and it was much worse than fighting. After his
he was diddling a 15-year-old. Yeah, I know.
stint behind bars, Ben says he went to China where he trained with Shaolin monks who taught him.
Oh my God. So you went from being smuggled into America from the Mexico borderline to coming into America fighting 30 black guys. You travel all the way to Russia at the age of 18 and you did underground fighting where you were undefeated, almost killed people. And now you went to China. Oh no, you went to jail. Sorry, you went to jail and then you went to China to train with the Shaolin monks.
Some interesting ways to strengthen his bones.
And they explained to me that the strongest part of the body is actually your skull. And if you train your skull for about an hour a day, bang it against the wall, after a year it becomes 4 times thicker than it really is, which means that you become unstoppable, indestructible.
I actually do believe that Ben would regularly bang his head against the wall, because only someone who did that would manufacture this online persona by using plots from Fight Club, The Karate Kid, and Kung Fu Panda, and think that we were going to...
I knew it! We were right, Jack! Karate Kid! We were right. I said, wait a minute. I know that storyline. Don't I know that storyline? We were right. Karate Kid. I said, I know this storyline. This is the Karate Kid.
Believe it. It's very clear that Ben is trying to make his childhood sound more interesting than it actually was, but he lies so much that he can't even keep track of his own contradictions. Now, it is possible that some of his story could be true, but there are so many things that...
None of it's true. None of it. None of it is true. That's where I'm coming from.
Contradict each other to the point where it makes it seem like everything is a lie. Firstly, he said he started his own business shortly after being released from prison and was making 50 grand a month by the time he was 20, thus making him able to retire by age 24. But Ben has also claimed that he worked for a top secret counterterrorism unit for over 10 years.
I told you, I worked in counterterrorism for over a decade. So for me, I wasn't allowed to be even on social media or any of these things. And even today, I'm not allowed to even speak about what unit I was in, things like that for the next 5 years.
Then why say anything? I don't believe you. But why say anything? If you people who are really into undercover stuff, they don't even hint that they were part of undercover stuff. They don't even tease that they did some undercover work. They make themselves look so bland and small as possible. So this guy is really insecure. He probably got a small pee-pee.
Years. I can't share it with anybody. But
there's a lot of people out there that would say, now that's where I'm calling bullshit.
That's funny.
Oh my God, finally! Dude, I'm saying to myself, when are any of these podcasters going to call him out and be like, dude, you lying. Stop lying. Oh my God, I like this guy. Not this guy, but hold on, I'm trying to rewind this.
Nobody cares. I
And
don't
it's
care.
convenient that people decade.
So for me, I wasn't allowed to be even on social media or any of these things. And even today, I'm not allowed to even speak about what unit I was in, things like that for the next 5 years. I can't share it with anybody, but I can say that anywhere.
There's a lot of people out there that would say, now that's where I'm calling bullshit.
That's fine. Nobody cares.
And
I don't
it's
care.
convenient that you can't talk about it so no one can verify.
Well, there's units that are called invisible units.
I'm not doubting you. I always give everyone the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Oh God, never mind. This is a typical white guy. Typical white guy. Typical. I don't see no color. Everything we all bleed red. White guy. This is typical.
Don't care.
But if I were to question it, I would say, well, wait a minute. At 17, you were homeless. At 18, 19, you were cleaning carpets. Then you got in.
No, he said at 18 he was in Russia in an underground fight with the Russian mafia. Did that change? How you go from going to Russia as a Russian mafia to cleaning carpets?
Into telemarketing, yeah. Then you started doing real estate. And you started investing here and there. That was only 10 years ago. So when was the counterterrorism?
Yeah.
And who is it for? The Israeli army?
Well, it's Israel and the United States. You work with both.
That's the CIA.
No. Counterterrorism is a little bit different.
Well, you had to be with somebody.
Yeah, but you can't talk about who I was with. Come on.
Now, if he truly retired,
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm so glad. Give thanks to my upbringing. Give thanks to being conned when I was a little girl and a teenager. Give thanks to the people in my life that lied their asses off to the point where I'm like, yeah, you're a liar. Yeah, if it sounds too good to be true, it is too good to be true. Like, oh my God, dude. There's no way I could have somebody sitting in front of me telling me all these lies and I would be like, really?
at age 24, then he would have had to start working in this alleged counterterrorism unit at the age of 14. This also means that he would have been working in this position while he was going to high school, fighting in underground cage matches, living with Chinese monks.
No, why is everybody forgetting Russian mafia? Why is everybody forgetting about the Russian mafia? He was in Russia at the Russian mafia. They called him the kid. They're using English, which they don't do. No Russian mafia tattoos. And he was fighting underground. And nobody's mentioning that part at the age of 18.
And also being locked up in prison. And since we can't tell what is actually a lie and what is the truth, it's easy to assume that his lifestyle of endless riches, mansions, and sports cars are also greatly embellished. Taking a look at his personal website, Ben claims to have made his $150 million fortune selling patents. I was only able to find 2 published patents under the name of Benjamin Azoulay, both of which were filed in 2020. Even if we were to assume that both of these patents somehow sold for a grand total of $150 million, they were filed well after his 24th birthday, which he claims at that point was when he was able to retire due to his endless riches. I'm fairly certain that this is a completely different person with the same name, and Ben has no history of selling patents at all. He also claims in his biography to have had an active role in 16 different businesses that have generated $500 million in sales, as well as claiming to have won multiple awards for both bodybuilding and cage fighting.
You mean to tell me this idiot's talking about stuff? He has won multiple medals in bodybuilding competition and cage fighting. Now you know that's traceable, right? Both of those are traceable. I have several trophies, not medals, because they don't give medals anymore, but trophies in bodybuilding, in my female category. All of them are traceable. Okay? All of them. And you mean to tell me that nobody decided to go and, first of all, to see what bodybuilding division he competed in, and then find out what state to see if he's telling the truth?
I tried to find any evidence of these claims and came up with absolutely nothing.
That means he didn't do it.
Boom! Headshot!
They put your real name, by the way, on if you compete in bodybuilding. I don't know about cage fighting. All right. I can't tell you anything about cage fighting. But when you compete in a bodybuilding competition, your real name is on there. Because you have to take the drug test. And then they have your name and they have your division. They have your weight class. You know what I'm saying? They have you, and it's forever on the website. So, yeah, if old boy Patrick researched this and didn't see it, that means he never competed in bodybuilding. And the reason why I figured that to be the case is because this guy don't look like he has any discipline. He doesn't look like he has the type of discipline to go and restrict your body, do cardio, and lift heavy weights. Shoot, speaking of heavy weights, I forgot to take my creatine. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna have to let this play real quick. I had to go get my creatine. I forgot to take my creatine today. Okay, hold on. But I want to see this.
But at the end of the day, even the most simple framing of Ben's life doesn't make sense. If he truly made 150 mil and was
I'm gonna go ahead and let this play. I gotta go get my creatine. Hold on, I'll be right back.
able to retire at age 24, why is he trying to sell people a self-improvement course online? According to Ben, it's because he wants to impart his wisdom to young men and help them become strong and successful like he claims to be.
There's nothing that could impress me. I don't care if you have a Bugatti, you have a private jet, you have a yacht. I've seen it all. I don't care for it. I care for people now. And what I do for many years now is coach people, help guys not to go through the things that I went through. You could be a strong man. You could be a tough guy. You could be an alpha, but you got to do it right.
This sentiment, as nice as it sounds, doesn't hold much weight. Someone who made $150 million would not be selling a course. The course he's selling is funding the mansions, cars, and lifestyle he portrays. But there is one thing Ben is telling the truth about. He did in fact spend time in prison, although he hasn't been fully honest about how he ended up there. A YouTuber named John Bravo Films was able to uncover court documents revealing that Ben was sentenced to prison after he, his brother, and his friends took turns brutally assaulting a 15-year-old girl while she was intoxicated. Without getting into specifics, the court documents tell an unbelievably violent and graphic story that resulted in the young girl becoming both mentally and physically scarred from the event. Once the girl was able to escape the men, she called the police and the three were arrested. Ben was 18 years old and thus tried as an adult. He also admitted his guilt in open court. Ben vehemently denied all of the information that John Bravo revealed.
Okay. Oh, John Bravo did it. Hold on. See, y'all gonna get mad at me because I'm gonna rewind that sucker. I want to see what the Johnny Bravo will be exposing all these guys. I'm gonna speed it up really fast because I know y'all seen it already.
He's selling is funding the mansions, cars, and lifestyle he portrays. But there is one thing Ben is telling the truth about. He did in fact spend time in prison, although he hasn't been fully honest about how he ended up there. A YouTuber named John Bravo Films was able to uncover court documents revealing that Ben was sentenced to prison after he, his brother, and his friends took turns brutally assaulting a 15-year-old girl while she was intoxicated.
Oh no. Oh, what a POS dude.
Without getting into specifics, the court documents tell an unbelievably violent and graphic story that resulted in the young girl becoming both mentally and physically scarred from the event. Once the girl was able to escape the men, she called the police and the three were arrested. Ben was 18 years old and thus tried as an adult. He also admitted his guilt in open court. Ben vehemently denied all of the information that John Bravo revealed and responded exactly how you would expect him to.
Okay. Dude, I don't know. When I hear about stuff like this from these men, I say to myself, dude, like, bad things should happen to them. And I'm talking about real, like, they should get Charlie Kirked. For real. Like, what the hell?
He basically said he is being canceled by The Matrix.
Now it looks like I pissed off a lot of people, guys. A lot of people. So many because I became so influential so quick. And I'm literally one of the most talked about influencers in the world today. That I got to the point that they're putting out a lot of false information about me. A lot of bullshit. But you see, I never...
You know what? I wonder. Is there a certain height of a man that's more likely, like, is there a pattern of shorter men doing this to women? Or does it matter? I don't know.
I thought I'd say this, but I'm gonna say this. It looks like the Matrix is attacking me.
But the pressure from those online was too big for Ben to ignore, so he further elaborated in a now deleted video where he claims the entire situation was made up. He claims that the girl in question filed a $15 million lawsuit, and rather than spending
You went to jail! You admitted it in court records! What are you talking about?
hundreds of thousands in lawyers' fees, they settled for a much smaller amount under the agreement that he pled guilty. The story completely contradicts what is verifiably written in the court documents, as they directly claim that the nurses observed physical signs of SA all over the girl's body. Unsatisfied with his response, John Bravo continued exposing Ben, revealing that this was not even the first time Ben was charged with SA. The court documents clearly state that Ben and his brother Dylan had a past history of charges for SAing underage intoxicated girls. King Azulai has continued to try and define exactly what really happened, but whenever he clarifies things, it doesn't
I'm gonna tell y'all right now. See, that's why I got a godchild daughter, my goddaughter. I teach her right. I teach her. I think ever since she was 5, I taught her how to bite, scratch. I do more than stranger danger. Because I want y'all to know something factual, okay? And this is not downing or whatever. This is a genetically factual thing. Black children grow up faster, mature faster than white children, okay? This is how sometimes I'll see little white girls just get frozen when something's about to happen to them. And I'm thinking, because I come from a culture where black girls fight, you know what I'm saying? But that's totally different for white people. And so when I taught her, I said, I had to literally show her little animals, because, you know, I had to teach her, you have to, when a man tries to grab you or he's trying to do something to you, you have to act like a vicious animal. So I showed her videos of lions, of rabid dogs, of alligators. I was showing her, like, you have to be vicious. You have to, because when it comes to children, they don't have a file for that. So you have to tell them, you have to pretend to be this animal. You have to pretend to be Cujo. You have to pretend to be this lion. You have to pretend to be this tiger. You have to pretend to be this bear. You know, because little children know how to play pretend. And I teach them, like, scratch, bite, right, like growl, yowl. You know, say don't freeze, because what happens to little girls, especially when they get up in the little early teens, when they have a man that tries to take advantage of them physically, they freeze. I can't relate to that. You know what I'm saying? I was taught to fight all my life. So when I see about and hear about little girls that they just freeze, and then that predator gets to do all kinds of evil things to them, I said, got it. Let me make sure my goddaughter don't do that freezing shit. Because, no, she gonna fight. Because what is it called? Fight, flight, or freeze. I think those are the only three. Yeah, fight, flight, or freeze. And I don't want her to be freezing. Okay, she gonna be the exception to the goddamn rule. Ain't no freezing coming from her. She's teaching to fight. And where she can flee when there's a group of them. But to, you know, when it's like one-on-one, fight, flight, fight, freeze, and fint. What is fint? I never heard of that. Ulu, I don't think the fint part exists. I don't know what that fint is. I don't even know I've never seen that word before. Oh, faint. Like, what are you talking about? No, I'm not even gonna, maybe, but I'm not even gonna put faint in there. That could be a fourth one, faint, but the common ones are flight, fight, or freeze. There are very, very small cases where they faint, but that's very, 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 very small. It's more of, you're gonna do one or the other: flight, fight, or freeze. And because she's small, she ain't no way she can, like, flee and get away. So fight, it's a white people can do. I think it's the reason why I believe. Let me just say this: The reason why I believe it's common in white people, white girls the most, is because white girls are never taught how to fight like black girls. Okay? They're taught to be feminine. You don't be confrontational. Everybody gotta love you and all this other stuff. They're taught to be compassionate, loving, and that's, it's natural for them to be loving to animals and this, that, and the other, and trusting. But when it comes to people who want to do harm to you, this is they're the number one targets. This is the reason why Andrew Tate did not have a black woman as one of his webcam girls. And those two, what was that? Y'all remember those two Jewish men that were in Florida? Hold on. And one of them had a baby on the way, and they were R-wording all kinds of women in the Hamptons. What is the name? Hold on a second. The brothers arrested, rape, Hamptons. I think they're not them, not no damn Andrew Tate. Hold on, I think it's these guys. Hold on a second. Yeah. These guys right here, the Alexander brothers. Okay, hold on a second. Every girl was white. Every last one of them white. I did the research on it. And he was married to a woman and was about to have a baby. I know y'all remember the story. I can't be the only one that remember the story, right? I can't be the only one remember the story. The three Alexander brothers. Hold on a second. The three Alexander brothers. These motherfuckers right here. These guys. Honey, they said they told Andrew Tate to hold his beer when it comes to they call the real estate. There you go, Magda. The real estate brothers. Cause whenever I see stuff like this, I have to look at the type of women that falls for that. Am I saying black women are not victims of SA or trafficking? Absolutely not. Okay. What I'm saying is that the black women that are under the quote unquote spell of a pimp or whatever, they are beaten, choked, and damn near or they're financial destitute. Okay. But eventually those women, for the most part, go to the police. Not one white woman went to the police until you know how they got found out? Because they roofied a girl and she was drinking. She said, this tastes funny. And she tried to leave, and they tried to not make her leave. And this guy right here, R-worded her on the lawn and left her there. And then it was her sister that drug her ass to the fucking police department and told what happened. So that's what it was. And none of them was hold on, let me just break it down. None of them Latina, none of them Hispanic, and none of them black. You did have a white Korean. Sorry, not white Korean. You had one Korean. That was it. Everybody was white. And so I'm seeing a common denominator here. I'm seeing a common pattern here of the type of women that don't snitch and don't fight back. Okay. So, yeah. So I noticed that. So I just made sure. I said, not today, Satan. This ain't going to happen. This is not going to happen to my goddaughter. Just like when I left Germany, I made sure to teach those women that came to my class, and I'm so happy that I can brag about this with my full chest, that none of them were raped. I said, I'm about to leave Germany. Y'all about to have a whole bunch of Muslim refugees coming up in here. Let me tell you what's going to happen. Let me tell you how to protect yourself. Let me tell you how to profile. To this day. And I've gotten so many thank you emails and some cards and stuff. Because you have to study predators if you don't want to be a prey.
Exactly make him look better.
I was never convicted of oral copulation with a minor. I was 18, she was under 18, and I agreed to take a plea deal that I got a job from her. They were trying to teach me a lesson because a year before that, when I was underage, I had a fight with my ex-girlfriend. She cheated on me. I got hell of upset and I smacked her in the back of the head.
Recently, he has accused his most prominent detractors, including John Bravo, of hiring a hitman to take out his mother.
But these men are not the ones that I worried about so much. It's about this email that I received this morning. An email that sounds like it's coming from a hitman. This kind of an email describes exactly what they're going to do to my mother.
The email Ben shows is almost certainly completely fabricated, coming from an email address that doesn't even exist, meaning Ben made this entire thing up just to paint himself as the victim. Now, whatever credibility he has left is certainly...
Dude, what are you talking about? What credibility he has left? As soon as I heard the whole thing of my mom smuggled me through the Mexican border and then I got jumped by 30 guys. After that, I was like, everything's a lie. La, 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 la,
gone.
La, la,
and still to this day, Ben is trying to rebrand from being known as a fraud and a violent abuser, much like Wes Watson, who was once seen as the example of how an ex-convict can truly turn their life around, to now facing charges that could land him back behind.
Wes Watson, dude. Wes Watson, dude, this is funny.
Behind bars. When Wes Watson first started posting content back in 2019,
he was big, wasn't he? I remember when Wes Watson first came on YouTube, posting about how he came out of jail. I remember he had a huge following, didn't he? Right? Didn't he have a huge following? Or am I confusing him with another, and I'm not talking about what's the black guy with the muscles? Kali Ma. No, Kali. I think his name is Kali. He was big too. Now they all just jokes. I'm so disappointed, Kali Muscle. He was so funny, and now he's just I think when you get so big, you just have to go ahead and leave from the top so you don't be laughed at when you get to the bottom.
his videos mainly focused on his time spent in federal prison. Wes claims that he started selling weed during his teenage years and was making up to $40,000 a week. Although Wes has given various different versions of this story, so that's just a rough estimate.
At 11, I just started hustling. By the time I was 16, I went and bought a truck at, I lifted Z71 cash, like 50 grand. I had hundreds of thousands of dollars at 15, 16. I started smoking weed at like 13 or 12. By the time I was 14 or 15, the natural progression was to start slanging.
And despite selling what he describes as a large amount of product, he managed to avoid the law for a long time. That was until a fateful night in November of 2009 where Wes physically assaulted a man after a drug deal that had gone wrong. Notably, Wes was not actually involved in the deal itself, but rather serving as more of a low-level grunt called in after the deal fell through. Not exactly the hotshot kingpin he claims he was. What is true is that Wes spent nearly a decade in prison, and stories he told from his time locked up brought him almost immediate success on YouTube. And
Okay, I was not imagining. Oh my God, look at these views, guys. Hold on. Look at this. Yeah, look, 10 years ago. Well, 10 hours ago. Oh, this has to be a long time ago. So yeah, this is when he was trying to keep his hair in. Look at these views. He was doing so well. I remember this. But I remember looking at him and like, why is everybody glorifying somebody who just got out of prison like this and bragging about prison life? Like, bragging about prison life is not... Why would you brag about that? I used to watch Big Bobster! Big Bobster, what you doing over here on this channel? I used to watch Wes Watson back in 2019 when he wasn't unhinged. When was he not unhinged? Then again, I wasn't watching his stuff. Okay, I refuse. But I remember him being really, really big back in the day.
Under half a year since his first upload, Wes was already able to get 250,000 subscribers. And during the pandemic, Wes had a unique opportunity and began creating more motivational content to help people increase their mental fortitude and physical fitness while trapped at home. This is when Wes began offering what he describes as self-mastery programs, which sought to teach young men how to hone in their physical strength, business capabilities, and mindset. Thanks to programs like this, Wes claims that he now makes an average of $3 million per month.
Like, you don't make $1 million a month, you make a third of what I make a month. If you make $1 million a month, I can't respect someone who's doing a third of me financially. I can respect the guy whose job.
Okay, what? Ladies, this is when you know somebody's insecure. Okay, you can't respect a man that doesn't make what you make at that time. So you don't respect a doctor. You don't respect a janitor. You know who I respect? Plumbers. Although them suckers be charging. You know who else I respect? I respect construction workers who have to work for the city on roads. Do you know how many times we cuss them out because they're fixing on the road during rush hour? Like, what the F are you doing? I gotta get home and cook dinner for the children.
It's in 300 million. He murdered me. I have to understand what he did.
Although we have no way to verify how much money he was actually making, what I can say for sure is any businessman who was making $3 million per month would absolutely respect and listen to the advice of another businessman.
Thank you. Okay? You can never get to the point where you think you know it all. Idiot.
And who was making $1 million per month. Despite his arrogance, Wes was relatively respected in the early days of his content creation career. His videos served as a cautionary tale of just how brutal and unforgiving spending time in federal prison can be. Wes sold himself as a man who learned from his mistakes and was trying to teach other people lessons that he had to learn the hard way. In particular, Wes has claimed that his anger issues were the catalyst for many of his problems.
You still got anger issues.
My biggest vice is anger. I have a problem with it. It's the biggest battle of my life. These vices hold us from everything, all our dreams, everything we could ever possibly just gather up and love for our lives. Our vices are holding us from it.
Of course, Wes put on the persona that he was a changed man and now found healthy ways to deal with his anger.
I don't fall victim to my old vices, the drugs, the negative shit, the anger. I don't fall victim to it no more. I've done so good on my anger lately.
How? How though, Wes? Because we know that's a lie. If you got anger issues, right, then you're traumatized and you have to heal from that trauma. So something happened to you. I've had anger issues, you know what I'm saying, because my mom beat the shit out of me all throughout my childhood and I couldn't protect myself, you know what I'm saying? So that little girl in me was still like, I want to fight back. And once you take care of that situation, you know, getting to domination, whipping some guy's butt, hanging them upside down, you know, getting into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, start wrestling with men and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a way, or get into the weightlifting room, and that's where I'm cycling a lot of my excess. I'm not angry though. I'm a very happy woman. And but I love the gym. The gym is my sanctuary. I feel so alive there. So his steroids were giving, yeah, definitely.
I'm so proud of it. You guys, you have to drop all this shit and not drag your family through the mud.
But this didn't seem to be the case, as conflicts in his personal life made it to the public eye, and they showed that Wes hadn't really changed at all, particularly when Valerie Watson, Wes's now ex-wife, posted a video to social media accusing her husband of both physical and emotional abuse.
I literally have held my tongue for way too long to protect him. It's not happening anymore. He's physically hurt me so many times.
And not once did she go to the police, did she? This is what I'm talking about. She got black eye, busted lip, and she didn't go to the police. And ladies, I'm going to tell you right now, if you get your ass beat by your man or your ex-man or any man and you don't go to the police, Don't expect me to feel sorry for you. Even if you said, I am going to cancel him 10 years down the line and just me to him, you'll never get me on your side. As a matter of fact, I'll sit up here and I'll shame you. There has not been one person from the Me Too movement that I was like, damn, girl, I'm on your side. Every time I say, well, why you didn't say nothing back then? I mean, at least show a paper trail of you trying to go to the police.
Times that it's unforgivable. And I do have a video of Wes charging at me and has put like a knife to
wait a
my
minute. That's not a black eye. That's just a tattoo. Why did she ugly herself up like this?
face and literally have told me, like, has threatened to kill me.
Valerie also specifically emphasizes that the person Wes portrays himself to be online is a lie, and that he did not follow the same rules and principles he promoted to his audience. She also included pictures of her bloodied hand and bruised arms, implying that Wes had directly caused the injuries. Then again, it is possible that he had a jealous ex who was just trying to make up stories because he was becoming successful and popular.
Well, I don't believe her either because she didn't go to the police.
Boom, headshot.
Moving on. I'm not one of these women that are, and I know other women get mad at me, but I'm not tribal. I'm not tribal to my race. I'm not tribal to my gender. I don't come from the believe all women stuff. You didn't report it, you're faking. You're a liar. You'll never get me on your side.
Online. That is for sure what Wes's fanbase thought, which is why this wasn't the final nail in the coffin for his career. And over the next few years, more information would come out about Wes that essentially proved to his detractors that his whole life was a hoax. His mega mansion, which he claimed to have purchased, was not actually his. The property was listed for rent at $65,000 a month in October of 2022, and the listing was removed a month later in November, right before he...
What? I didn't know that. Hold on. You can rent a mansion for $65,000? Why don't you just go ahead and buy a house? I'm sorry. Chat. $65,000 a month for a damn mansion to rent? $65,000. Chat. $65,000 a month? $65,000 a month? Just buy a freaking house. Oh my God.
$65,000 a month in October of 2022, and the listing was removed a month later in November.
Hold on. Let me do the math on that. $780,000. $7,800,000. Do you understand that could buy you a mansion here in Georgia? Georgia. Clearly the $3 million a month was a lot, obviously, Francisco. Hey, Cujo. If I made $3 million a month, I would be buying a mansion every month. No, you wouldn't. You'd be better. You'd be more responsible with your money like that. No damn way I would. $65,000 a month for a rented mansion? You understand, like, you gotta pay for the mansion, the utilities, the HOA, because every mansion I know is under a, well, unless it's in the boonies. Hold on, let me take that back. I was about to lie to y'all. There are some mansions that are in secluded areas. They're not under homeowner association. So
before he uploaded his vlog showing off the property. His Bugatti Chiron, he also does not own. Even his girlfriends, and I'm not joking, are literally rented. Wes was exposed for hiring a female...
we remember her. We remember her, don't we?
Escort for $200 an hour and pretending that she was his actual girlfriend. His house is rented, his cars are rented, and even his girlfriends are rented. Which doesn't mean that he is secretly broke, it's just clear he isn't exactly the business mogul he claims to be. If Wes had taken the money he's been wasting on overpriced cars and homes...
As a matter of fact, I do believe Wes is trying to sell his Bugatti. I think that's what I saw on Johnny Bravo's channel.
for Instagram and actually invested it, he could have actually owned real assets by now.
Thank you. That's what I was saying.
Property, maybe not supercars, but still expensive luxury cars. But he didn't do that because Wes is creating the illusion of success to sell more courses and coaching to people who don't understand what real success is, which is, I have to admit, ironically a good business strategy. The problem is this relies on the customer lacking intelligence and desperately wanting a role model, and thus
there's a lot of men like that. Unfortunately, there's a lot of men out there like that. So every sucker gets licked.
a con artist with deep insecurities. He even lies about his height. Despite being listed as 5'8" in court documents, Wes gets furious when anyone suggests he's shorter than 6 feet tall.
How tall am I? I'm 6 foot. When we went into medical, when I was...
he's 5'8" and the other guy is 5'7". Are we seeing a pattern here? So the other guy, the Israeli guy is 5'7", and damn Wes Watson is 5'8".
Booked, I was 6 foot 252, and I said, why the f does my paperwork say 5'8", 230? That's the eyeball of the arresting officer.
To make matters worse, he literally uses special insoles to boost his height, and he does a terrible job at hiding it. Wes has such a hard time keeping track of his lies that the alpha womanizer admitted to being bisexual during an interview.
I was in a Q&A on the way here. Someone said, skinny or thick chicks? I'm like, I like them skinny thick. You know, what the f you mean? Like, everything's like that for me. They're like, are you straight or are you this? I'm everything. I'm not just one or the other.
And despite portraying himself as a stoic yet
well, I mean, he was in jail, so I mean... am I supposed to not think you ain't like did some switch hitting over there in jail? Cause you know, you got high testosterone. So ladies, I want to tell y'all a secret. If you see a man balding at a very young age, he has high testosterone, so he has high sex drive. That's hashtag always the case. Now, I'm not saying he's going to act on that high sex drive. He could be jerking it a lot. But that's always the case. Always the case.
Tense, tough guy.
If he was going bald at that young age, and then he was put in jail, yeah, I believe you are bisexual too.
Who learned from his mistakes and can now control his anger, Wes's temper was completely out of control, violently threatening anyone who had a different opinion than him.
Are you saying that your Bugatti and your money and everything else is worth more than your children?
Like, my dad's a superhero. Look what he brought to the
He looks short. As soon as he got off the chair, he looked short.
Abel, look how hard this guy works. He came from nothing to this.
Yeah.
He works.
Look at Andrew Wilson's gut.
God damn it.
You're still whining. Stop whining and just make an argument.
Dude, I'll smack your fat ass.
So you're gonna
look at your goddamn self.
Okay,
guys, I've never seen such a pathetic motherfucker.
Okay, well,
let's chill out a little bit, man. A little bit.
This is not what men look like.
Let's let him
what do they
finish
look
this
like?
point.
What do they look like? Bald prisoners?
Like many of these alpha males, Wes also had a habit of challenging other men to fights whenever he felt slighted by them, leading up to an altercation that would change his life forever. Now, the nature of this video is extremely graphic and cannot be shown on YouTube, but footage of Wes violently beating up another man would be leaked by John Bravo, in which we can see Wes hit the man with a weightlifting belt, then him and his friends pin the man down and endlessly hurl punches at his head and even kick him in the face.
Yeah, y'all gotta jump that guy. I hate people jumping. I can never stand that. I never like that. It's something that women are known to do, but I don't like it. I don't like when there's 2, 3 on 1.
Face multiple times. The man in question would press charges, leading Wes to be arrested for felony assault and battery. He is now facing up to 25 years in prison. Ironically, Wes is now right back where he started, and potentially may find himself behind bars once again. Recently, he has restricted or completely disabled his comment sections on all of his social media accounts, going to show just how fragile his ego really is. Worst of all, his reputation is so destroyed that the only people who are willing to collaborate with him are people
Island Boys and Jack Dorsey.
People like Jack Doherty and the Island Boys.
Jack Doherty, sorry.
Wes is a perfect example of someone who would have greatly benefited from following his own advice, just like the Liver King, who had a psychotic meltdown after being exposed for not living the lifestyle he promoted. Brian Johnson, better known as the Liver King, was
I never followed the Liver King because, well, he's the Liver King. So this part, I don't think I'm going to have much to say about the Liver King because I never liked him. I never looked up to him. And I think anybody who wants to advocate you to eat raw liver, I'm first of all, liver tastes disgusting even cooked. I used to hate it when my mom made us eat liver when we were little kids. So glad I'm a grown ass adult. I haven't touched that shit since. But so I don't think I'm going to have much to say about the Liver King.
Divisive figure from the very beginning of his career, his claim to fame was the promotion of what he calls the ancestral lifestyle, which sought to replicate the daily routine of our ancient human ancestors. This meant consuming a diet of foods like raw liver, raw bone marrow, and even raw bull testicles. His ancestral lifestyle also applied to his workout routines, which were designed to simulate the physical strain that an ancient hunter-gatherer would experience during a hunt. Now, the idea of eating bull nuts already made the Liver King a giant meme, but those more familiar with health and fitness believe that Brian was not entirely honest about his ancestral way of living.
There's nothing ancestral about this guy. He's training with high-tech equipment.
There go. What is this? Is oh God, Greg Doucette. That's Greg Doucette. Greg Doucette loved talking about the Liver King. The Liver King. He got several people he'd like to talk about.
Training properly, progressive overload. I'm going to spoil it right now. I don't think he's natural. Don't believe that. And for all the haters, I want to be clear. I believe that there's more than a 50% chance that he's on PEDs.
Brian emphasized a natural and organic lifestyle more than the average fitness influencer, so the idea of him potentially using performance-enhancing drugs would be a much greater scandal than average. Of course, Brian was well aware of this and always rejected the idea that he was using steroids.
Other than the fact that you have a body that you have earned on your own, are you against steroids?
This is what I'll say. I care in the most positive way, because when somebody says, hey man, you're on steroids, and they've been saying this for 20 or 30 years. I've been working out since I was 8. So as I was in high school, hey man, you're on steroids. This is a great compliment.
There's a lot of subprimals that are convinced.
Okay. As a man gets older, ladies, I think the men, I don't have to tell this to the men, because I think men know this, right? As a man gets older, his testosterone begins to decline. So I would have to say once they start reaching their mid-30s, the testosterone starts to decline. However, if they start abusing, and when I say abusing, meaning you using hormone replacement, tren, anabol, any kind of steroids, if you start using it at an early age, your testosterone will start to dip earlier than that. Probably start doing it in your late 20s, maybe mid 20s, because you started when your testosterone levels were high naturally. You put them in overdrive by getting on gear. So when men get older, when they get in like mid 30s, their testosterone begin to decline. And the reason I'm telling you this is because clearly the Liver King is in his 40s. You cannot look like this naturally. You have to, his belly muscles are very full. Like, look at his pecs. Look at his biceps. His traps. Like, his body is phenomenal here. But there's no way you looking like this in that age. Without being on steroids. No way. The body doesn't work that way.
That Liver King is taking steroids.
Is Liver King natty?
Do you think if I was on steroids, I would have these appendages down here, these legs?
Have legs?
Do you see how little?
Okay, first of all, most men have little legs. It's a genetic thing. Just like black men don't have good calves, white men have very good defined calves. Okay, but because black men can jump higher, that's the reason why they're good at running. That's the reason why their calves are not as developed. So we as women are stronger in our legs and weaker in our upper body. It's the opposite for men. Men are very strong in their upper body and weaker in their legs. I'm not saying weak like squat or deadlift more than a man. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is genetically, men are stronger in their upper bodies versus women. We are stronger in our lower bodies. That's why y'all need to learn how to kick, ladies. Learn how to start kicking.
legs are? When I was in college, I weighed 175 pounds and I was single digit body fat. I started working out about 8 or 9 years old. I had already been working out for, I don't know, 10 or 12 years. So now I'm 45 and I've gained less than 1 pound a year over 25 years. So this is what I say to people that make this accusation. If you don't believe this is possible, then I suggest that you take that self-limiting belief, you put that in a box and you bury that next to all your embarrassing shit and don't open your mouth about it. Let that live with you. Don't let that live with somebody else.
Notice how he never responds to the question with no. He only did outright deny his usage briefly one time on No Jumper.
So again, for the record, I've never taken steroids. I'm thinking about doing it.
Despite this, very few were actually convinced that he was natural. And when you think about it, hardly anything about Brian's life was ancestral to begin with. He lives in a modern house and posts on social media every day. Not to mention that he uses real weights, modern workout routines, and even a hyperbaric chamber to maintain his figure, all of which ancient humans never had. Plus a seemingly endless supply of supplements. I mean, just look at him compared to actual people living a tribal lifestyle. They simply look nothing like him. It's amazing what this primal ancestral diet can do for the human.
Well, okay, it's not fair. Hold on. You cannot compare Africans in a very hot climate to his ancestors that are in Europe. Okay, this is the reason why I am against people with Scandinavian heritage going vegan. It's not in your genetic makeup to be vegan. You are supposed to eat meat. All right, versus people who are born in hot climates, especially closer to the equator. The closer you're born to the equator, the more likely you can do a vegetarian or a vegan meal. This is the reason why you'll see some white people who do vegan. They look so hollow. Their teeth are falling out. Their face is sunken in and things like that. They look so bad because they're going against their genetics. You can't compare the Liver King to Africans. That's not the same genetics. Clear. Look, if that's the case, then he would look like Shaka Zulu. You can't compare him that. You got to compare him to the primal ancestors that were hunting their food in the cold. And they didn't have fruits and berries and shit like that all year round.
Body. As you can see, these African hunters all share the same physique as Liver King. People had good reason to be skeptical, but without definitive proof, Liver King could have just been an anomaly. This would change when he was exposed in a series of leaked emails by a fitness YouTuber named Derek, better known as More Plates, More Dates. These emails were sent before Brian's internet fame and show him consulting with a bodybuilding coach on how to improve his physique with the use of performance-enhancing drugs. He notably emphasizes the importance of fine-tuning his regimen in preparation for a social media campaign to grow his following, and lists out his current stack of performance-enhancing drugs. We also get a look at blood work results.
Hold on. What? He was on IGF-1LR. I don't know what CJC is. Actually, the only thing I see on here that I know is DECA, Winstrol, and of course, Tess.
Use of performance-enhancing drugs. He notably emphasizes the importance of fine-tuning his regimen in preparation for a social media campaign to grow his following, and lists out his current stack of performance-enhancing drugs. We also get a look at blood work results that Brian shows in relation to his drug usage. Most damning, however, was the revelation that Brian had actually previously reached out to Derek, requesting fitness coaching, and personally revealed his PED usage.
I need to get shredded, have more energy, and get my brain working better, but I overtrain. Approximately 12 to 14 workouts a week and can't stop. I played around with peptides and would like to explore real GH like Omnitrope and others. I sleep well, eat well. I even have a hard shell hyperbaric oxygen therapy, presumably, cold plunge, sauna, etc. at my house. I need next level, which is why I'm reaching out. Can you reassure me that all information discussed, wish confidential, presumably will be held confidential?
What once was likely an assumption was now the truth. The Liver King was lying about his entire online persona. He claimed that
So why did he snitch? I'm just trying to find out, why did he snitch?
that his body was achievable through the implementation of his ancestral lifestyle, and sold many on the lie that they could look like him if they followed his system. But now his system looked like a massive joke, and he had no choice but to confess. Brian's apology seems genuine on the surface, however, he continues to lie about many of the circumstances that led him to this point. He claims that he never intended to become an internet sensation, and as a result mishandled his online persona. This narrative relies on you not knowing that Brian openly admitted that he was trying to reach 1 million followers in leaked emails before he even started his social media journey. He then goes on to claim that the Liver King persona was a social experiment aimed to inspire others to adopt healthier lifestyles, even if Brian himself was not personally following the same rulebook. He's trying so hard to build a bridge between depressive individuals and his steroid addiction, LMAO. Brian's reputation was completely shattered. Nobody believed Brian's sob stories or deeper motivations, and thus his reputation was completely shattered. He was now nothing more than a complete laughingstock of the internet. While he attempted to return to normalcy following his expose, Brian began to rot.
So what happened to his face? What happened to his face, dude? Kind of like, he looking bad now.
As the months went on, both physically and mentally, he notably lost a decent portion of muscle mass due to
okay. He got that Ozempic face. That's what happened. Got it.
temporarily quitting the
I mean, he wasn't fat, but what happens when you lose too much weight too soon? It takes a toll on your face. If you're really, really fat, you should lose weight gradually so your face don't suffer.
Use of drugs to enhance his physique, but more fascinating was his extreme mental decline, in which he broadcasted for the entire world to see. People noticed his erratic behavior as he posted countless videos of himself nonsensically rambling.
Break, victory, champion. I like to win in life, or if you'd rather, be one of those, you know? It was nice to meet you.
His content devolved into nothing more than an archive of directionless vlogs, filled almost entirely of dead air, only broken up with more incoherent ramblings. Brian had clearly lost his mind, although things would reach a boiling point when he was arrested for making death threats towards one of the largest podcasters on the planet. You see, Brian has an unnatural obsession with Joe Rogan, which was apparent long before he began showing any signs of mental decline. Joe even acknowledged that Brian had frequently made attempts to appear on his podcast, although was never offered an invitation.
One of them came up to me in Vegas.
Oh, really?
Yeah, one of my security guards stopped him. He was like, I'm a producer for the Liver King. I'm like, what the f*** do you produce? What are you producing?
Like, how many UFC events did he try and cozy up?
He was front row at one of my shows in Vegas. Yeah, and then I saw him again at the Canelo fight. He was trying really hard to get on the podcast. And he's been trying really hard to get on now. He contacted a few friends of mine, and some of them that have, like Bert Kreischer, that had him on the show.
Yeah, he told me he's trying to get on.
Yeah, for what? For what? Say that more? Like, come on, this is dumb, man. You ran a con game, and you got busted.
Joe Rogan's disapproval cut Brian deeply. However, those feelings would devolve into full-blown hatred as his mental health declined further. Brian truly hit rock bottom shortly after the release of a Netflix documentary series about his rise and fall.
What? Netflix did a series on this guy? Why? Oh my God!
After a break from the internet, Brian returned looking more disheveled than ever before, with his face caked in dirt, twigs sticking out of his hair, and multiple wounds on his nose and eyebrow. In this video, he acknowledges 3 entities who he believes are trying to destroy his life. These 3 individuals are likely the documentary's creator, More Plates, More Dates, and Joe Rogan. Now he was on a personal vendetta to get revenge on those he believes have wronged him. Brian began openly threatening Joe Rogan, challenging him to a fight and graphically explaining how he would do it.
What I'm hoping is that you, Joe Rogan, are thinking, I'm going to choke that mother out, lights out, I'm going to choke him out. And I kind of hope that if you win, that's how it happens. You won't feel me tap. That's never happening, tapping. Shame on you, I'm going to make you pay. I am going to actually make you pay. My name's Liver King, man to man. I'm picking a fight with you. I'll come to you whenever you're ready to go. Because Joe Rogan, we don't have to make videos to pretend anymore. All of this is happening. We're coming to you. I've challenged you man to man to a fight. You can hold the hand of somebody that you love, because what happens next to you, you're going to need to remember that feeling. You're going to need something more than what you did.
But Brian took it to a whole different level when he revealed that he was traveling to Austin, Texas to find Joe Rogan and literally kill him.
Just pull up to the capital of Texas. Guess what? You're dead.
Oh my God, dude, this dude is cray.
Dead. You're
dead.
Brian began spamming videos to his Instagram feed all throughout the night, leading up to the next morning when the police arrested him at his hotel after receiving reports of his threats. He was taken to jail but released on a $20,000 bond. Part of his bond conditions were the implementation of a non-contact restraining order, meaning that he could not go near or even speak about Joe Rogan in any capacity. A moment like this should have served as a point of reflection for Brian, realizing that he had gone too far and finally getting the help that he so desperately needs. Unfortunately, that is not the case. As recently as November of 2025, Brian is still obsessing over Joe Rogan.
Isn't this against his court order?
Continuing to challenge him to a fight and even taping large pictures of his face all over his walls. This behavior is not normal and continues to make him look extremely manic and or crazy. The cracks in Brian's facade began to show when someone with actual credibility decided to challenge him, just like Dr. Mike Israetel, whose credibility evaporated the moment someone actually read the document that earned him the title doctor, only to find it was full of fabricated claims. What helped Mike stand out from most other influencers in the space was his evidence-based fitness regimen.
Okay, I've watched some of Mike Israetel's videos and I like them, but I don't listen to him, right? Hold on. Isn't he still popular? Hold on.
Folks, Dr. Mike here.
He's not. Oh, well. I mean, he's still doing okay. He's still doing fine. I mean, not the best for his subscriber count, but.
Backed by his PhD in sport physiology. Rather than speaking from personal experience and bro science alone, Mike understood at an educated level what it took to achieve your dream physique, and many lifters took his word as gospel. And this sense of credibility seemed to inflate Mike's ego to an extremely high level, with him often bragging about his high IQ and essentially proclaiming to be the smartest fitness coach on the planet.
I've taken the Ravens Advanced Progressive Matrices test, and I pegged at scale high. So you get every single question right, and so my IQ is above 160. We don't know how high.
How tall is he? Chat, we see a pattern, chat. Chat, we see a pattern, chat. Are you serious, chat? Do you see what I see? Chat, do you see what I see? Oh, no. Brittany! What's up, girl? Oh, no, chat. What's going on? Oh, wait a minute. How tall is the Liver King? Hold on. Okay, he's okay. Not too bad. That's not bad at all. 5'11" to 6'1". Okay, all right. Dude, 5'6"? He's 5'6". Oh my God, he's the shortest one so far. What? And you know what made me go look at his height? When you start saying I'm by far the most smartest coach in all the world, I'm like, oh, come on, dude. That's so arrogant. So when you start talking really arrogant like that, I gotta go check your height. The reason I ain't check the Liver King's height is because he just crazy. He crazy, and he apologized, and he owned up to, taking steroids. Like, the rest of these guys that are short, 5'6", 5'7", who was 5'8"? Who was the one that was 5'8" we just saw? Like, these guys got complexes where was it Wes Watson? Wes Watson was 5'8". So these guys are arrogant in their ignorance.
because they don't do standardized IQ tests above that. I'm both on a raw IQ scale smarter than almost every coach, maybe every coach.
Yeah, see, that's, you don't say stuff like that. Like that gets you hate mobbed quick. When you start saying I'm the smartest of all fitness coach of every Tom Cruise is short. I'm the smartest of every fitness coach. Like, why would you say something like that?
Know more about physiology, body responses, etc. than they do in most cases. And so if I don't trust you intellectually and I think I can do a better job doing what you do than you, it becomes a real big problem for me to follow your advice.
With this arrogance, Mike found himself in public feuds with a handful of other prominent fitness influencers, frequently getting into debates and turning to personal insults when things don't go his way.
And also in every category of human behavior, I'm tougher than you. I can train closer to failure than you. I can do it for longer. I have more willpower than you. I'm just better than you, Lyle.
Because Mike views himself with such high regard, he very rarely filters himself, causing him to say things that make him sound completely unhinged.
I'll read a comment on social media directed at me, I guess about me, and it's from nameless, faceless. And I begin to fantasize about what it would be like and how much sublime pleasure I would receive in hurting that person at a deep physical and emotional level.
Why? They got to be the steroids talking. Why? They are nobodies behind a monitor. Why?
Hurting them in such a way that they're never going to walk right again and they're always going to remember me and how they dared to cross me.
As well respected as Dr. Mike was, he was equally divisive, and many felt compelled to take a closer look at his resume. This included Solomon Nelson, who took it upon himself to dissect Mike's PhD dissertation. This paper was the final requirement for Mike to receive his doctorate degree and reasonably could be considered the culmination of all of his efforts to achieve his PhD. However, Solomon was shocked to find out how poor the thesis was, going as far as claiming that it deserved a failing grade.
I'll argue that, according to standard assessment criteria, Mike's thesis would have failed, or at the very least been sent back for major revisions at any high-ranking university.
This dissertation was riddled with various issues, such as improper data that implied some of the subjects involved in his study were only 4 pounds, and others were as tall as 345 meters, and some weren't even born yet.
I don't even care about all of this. I don't care about any of this. So what? The fact that him saying that he's smart because he has a high IQ, like, since when you need a high IQ to be a fitness trainer?
Boom! Headshot!
You pick shit up and you put them down. I'm trying to figure out, I've never, your best trainers, your best bodybuilders, except for Sylvester Stallone. I heard that Sylvester Stallone, unironically, legitimately has a high IQ. He's the only one, though. But he wasn't even really a bodybuilder. He just does bodybuilding. But he's not a bodybuilder. He's not a bodybuilder fitness coach either. But I'm saying to myself, like, why? Who cares about the high IQ thing when it comes to fitness? So what? This is nothing to brag about in the fitness and weightlifting world. Maybe in the science and math world. Yeah, not fitness.
Lowest performers was either taller than 3.459 meters, taller than any human ever recorded, or shorter than negative 6.1 centimeters. As to age, either they were older than 40.4 years of age, or younger than negative 1.4 years, meaning, once again, that they hadn't yet been born.
The paper was also filled with spelling errors, improper grammar, and general structural issues that made the paper more confusing. However, one of the largest issues with his dissertation was the paper's thesis statement, which sought to prove that athletes with more lean muscle mass performed better than those without it, but it fails to make significant contributions to the field it's related to, which Solomon cites as a crucial component to a passing dissertation.
Mike's thesis falls short of fulfilling one of the most fundamental requirements for doctoral research, a significant contribution of original knowledge. The stated goal of Mike's thesis was to explore interrelationships among fitness variables that he claimed were...
Guys, I don't care about this. I'm bored. Hold on. This whole thesis stuff...
and discredit his resume, it also made people question how intelligent he was at all.
Well, we can understand he's not that intelligent. I'm like, out of all the people that you put on the lineup, I'm like, where did he lie about taking testosterone or steroids or what? Like what? Like give me something better than a thesis.
Claimed to be so smart that he essentially broke the scales when testing his IQ, but Dr. Mike can't even spell the word science properly. Now, as mentioned before, you don't need a PhD to make fitness content, so all he would have had to do is concede that his dissertation was poorly written, cut his losses, and continue making videos with little repercussions. But rather than putting his ego aside, he went into full-blown damage control.
We now know Solomon was looking at an accidentally uploaded incorrect rough draft. So I'll say this, I don't blame him for going hard on it because he has every reasonable idea to think this was the final draft. It wasn't. We have the final draft now in the link here. And so most of his critiques are just non-starters because the final just doesn't have most of those problems.
The claim that Solomon was reviewing the wrong version of the document may seem like a solid response at first, but that can only justify things like grammatical and spelling issues, something that were still present in the newer version of the document. The dissertation still failed in terms of its thesis statement and its—
Dude, how in the age of AI can you not submit your thesis without spelling mistakes? How in the land of AI? How are we doing this? How is this? How can you do this and you still submit a thesis with spelling mistakes? Huh? How?
interpretation of the data, meaning that the entire paper would have to be completely rewritten to sufficiently remedy its mistakes. Then Mike tried to claim that the new version of the document was actually dated March of 2013, when the one Solomon had was August of 2013, meaning that Solomon did have the most recent and final version of the document. Mike could not hide from this any longer and had no choice but to finally admit that Solomon had indeed been critiquing the correct version of the dissertation. So yes, he is still a doctor, but maybe not the best one. Despite this being an embarrassing moment for him, and seeing a slight loss of subscribers on his YouTube channel, he still has a large fan base rooting for him and seeing his advice as—
because this is not a gotcha though. This is not like, he ain't a PDF file. He's a legitimate doctor. You guys are like critiquing about a thesis. All right, a thesis that still got him his doctorate. I don't see the gotcha here. So what? He only lost 10,000 subscribers from 3.82 million. No, dude. I mean, just saying, he's not my cup of tea. But I'm just saying, this is nothing that's going to make somebody leave.
valuable. But this begs the question, why didn't he just tell the truth from the beginning? This is likely due to his immense insecurity. Mike often touts his intellect and credentials in an effort to validate his position to others as well as himself. But now those credentials aren't respected anymore. Mike's insecurities likely played a huge factor in how he chose to respond. But other internet alpha males take their insecurities even further, like Clavicular, the teenage gym bro who literally does meth to maintain his appearance. Most internet alphas—
Dude, somebody in my comment section said Clavicular is 19 years old and he looks 30. And I thought, 19? And because I just couldn't believe that he was 19, I literally had to go and Google that, and he is 19 years old. He gets Botox, wears makeup. He's been hitting his face with a hammer, and all of this to look, I guess you could say, better or prettier or whatever. And he looks older. And you're 19 years old and you looking like you're closer to 30. Dude, you're going to be cooked when you hit 25. You got the pearl. Look, I'm going to call this a disease. You got the pearly things disease.
Boom!
You young as hell looking old. Ugh.
To focus on the importance of financial enrichment and physical prowess. But let's be honest, the reason why young men want to improve themselves a lot of the times is to get girls. 19-year-old Braden Peters, aka Clavicular, has leaned into this particular aspect of self-improvement, promoting what many refer to as looks maxing. Looks maxing aims to improve one's appearance to its ultimate potential. This can involve very harmless acts like getting a good haircut and having a skincare routine or dressing well. However,
I think men should take care of their skin better. I mean, I take care of my husband's skin. Men are lazy. Okay? So that's the reason why they don't. Gay men take care of their skin. Just straight men, just like wah wah.
Individuals like Clavicular take it to a much more extreme level. He promotes a plethora of different methods to improve your looks that are extremely dangerous, such as bone smashing.
I've been bone smashing for about 2 years, and I have gotten improvements. I used to have flat zygotes pretty much, but bone smash for about 2 years from this point, pretty much every day consistently, and now I'm got some tissue.
As insane as doing something like this is, it pales in comparison to the other advice he gives, like the usage of literal meth to keep his face slim.
I was essentially doing meth for hollow cheeks, guys.
See, I don't know if this is true. Okay, let me tell you why I don't believe him in reference to meth. I know everybody like, well, why would he say that? Hear me out. Hear me out, okay? Meth, crack, cocaine, and all of that stuff, right? You cannot spot reduce fat when it comes to recreational drugs, especially meth. Meth does not make you have hollow cheekbones. First of all, he don't even have hollow cheekbones, okay? You are not going to be able to get not an 8-pack. You're not going to be able to get a 6-pack and then have your body develop while on meth. That doesn't work. I know he's taking gear. I know he's taking testosterone and Trenibol. I know he's taking all that other stuff. But you can't mix those type of drugs with recreational drugs and get the same effect. As a matter of fact, you're gonna look like trash. If you don't believe me, there is a YouTuber named Toby who takes cocaine, ecstasy, and other recreational drugs. He looks terrible. Before he started taking all those drugs, he would have a nice physique. Now he looks like trash. So I don't believe he looks like that. I don't believe he's taking meth. He looks my age. I know, Brittany, these men, honey, let me tell you something. They don't be taking care of themselves. It's the same for 20-something having plastic surgery, but look, yeah. And the thing about it is you're supposed to wait till you get older to have plastic surgery, unless you're getting a nose job. You know what I'm saying? If you're getting a nose job, okay, then you don't have to wait till you get older. What else is, I don't mind people. I'm not for nose jobs though, thanks to Michael Jackson because of that. But if you have, because some people have really, really, really big noses, then yeah, go get a new nose job if you want to. Okay. That improved Laura Loomer's looks a little bit, but she looks terrible now. But there are certain, when you're trying to do a facelift or you're trying to do any of these things that's trying to make you look a little ageless, like you have to take care of your body from the inside first. Take care of your body from the inside first, and then it will reflect on the outside. And then when you get of age, if you feel like you need to get like some surgery, don't get no damn fillers though, then go ahead and get surgery. But that's what plastic surgery is for. You got people in their 20s getting all this plastic surgery looking crazy. I believe he got plastic surgery. I just don't, because he doesn't look like this picture he had earlier, this right here, he don't look like that now, right? Meth doesn't make your face hollowed out like that. It just doesn't. If you don't believe me, go and ask any kind of medical doctor. It just doesn't do that. It just doesn't do that. He had to lose weight with a lot of his workout plan, and then basically probably had a little bit of the bulk of fat in this part of his cheeks just removed out. That's all.
Doing math for hollow cheeks, guys. I just to come clean and let you know what I was doing.
And this is only one of the many various substances he uses to maximize his appearance.
I don't believe that though. I just don't believe that. He likes to fake. Look, this man faked running over somebody. He wants to, and then he went viral because he had a conversation with Sneeko, and he told Sneeko that he's what's the word? He's infertile. He can't have kids because his sperms don't move or something like that. And that went because he's on testosterone. That may be true though. I don't know. But he doesn't provide any receipts to prove that. So everything that come out this man's mouth is a lie. Everything.
Such as minoxidil for hair growth, Accutane for clear skin, and of course, testosterone injections for extra gains in the gym. Substances that will likely cause immense problems for him later in the future.
People are asking, are you going to be infertile? Do you worry about
having okay, so he did include that video. Okay, I didn't know that. Hold on.
likely cause immense problems for him later in the future.
People are asking, are you going to be infertile? Do you worry about having children?
So right now, I am infertile.
But he does this for one simple reason. Clavicular believes that your appearance is everything, and that the more attractive you are, the better your life will be. He takes this mentality so far that he views getting a $35,000 jaw surgery as an investment that will pay itself off.
I'm really just talking about a purely logical return on investment. I see myself, I'm like, well, what am I? My face,
I mean, he got the money now, so why hasn't he gotten the surgery?
Social media influencer, right? So if I spend this amount of money on a double jaw surgery, right, it's going to cost me about 30 grand to do the surgery. Will this pay itself off if all goes well? And I'm saying overwhelmingly yes.
Through his personal coaching program, he sells young, insecure men on the hope that they can one day surpass their genetic limits.
Oh no, he got a sales package too.
Which he refers to as ascending. This course includes things like a full facial analysis, a full-blown gym routine, and a list of different supplements.
Didn't the looks maxing community did do this for free? Who was the famous? Hold on, I used to look at this group on the download, like, cause I found it so fascinating that men were so they were so into their own looks. Like, who was the YouTuber? There were two YouTubers. They don't even do it anymore. Back during COVID and before COVID, who would get pictures of people that these guys would submit pictures of themselves, and this guy would, like, on a scale of 1 to 5, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'll rate you a 3. Right now you got too much hair on your eyebrows. Your cheeks looks very puffy. And wheat waffles. Thank you. Yes. Wheat waffles did that looks maxing. I found the shit entertaining. I never took it seriously. Okay. Because, and let me tell you why I never took it seriously. I never took it seriously because I don't care how fine you are. If you are brokey or dusty, thank you, no thank you.
Boom, headshot.
I don't want to do nothing. I don't want to have nothing to do with you. The hell, but your looks maxing ain't gonna do nothing for me. Shoot. But it was like these guys were really worried about all this stuff, and I'm like, oh my God. Does Elon Musk look like he look like he benefit from looks maxing? Okay, does Donald Trump? Hold on, I want y'all to know. Hold on, I want y'all to know that Donald Trump got Melania when he had that crazy haircut. Y'all remember that crazy haircut? Okay. That crazy hairstyle. When he started running for president, he changed the hairstyle. But when he had that comb over, looked so terrible. But he got Melania, our queen, the beautiful Melania. What you talking about looks maxing? Donald Trump ain't no looker. That man ain't handsome. What? So I'm just saying, that's why I was like, these guys are really listening to wheat waffles. Why, dude? Like, they really care what he had to think.
To help improve your image. The only problem is this does not sound like an effective way to remedy someone's insecurities. In fact, these things have only the potential to make them worse.
Yes.
Clavicular uses his own ascension as a testimonial that his system of looks maxing truly works. Although many have taken note of the fact that most of his physical improvements are simply the byproduct of growing up. Before versus before. It really just looks like 2 years of puberty. Bro grew up. The reality is that Clavicular is completely...
Yeah, see, this is a surgery right here where I think it's called buccal fat removal. Hold on. Buccal fat removal. Yeah, buccal fat removal. That's what he got. That's what he got. It's not so obvious on her though. God damn. Let's use a guy. Oh. Hold on. I'm trying to find a man. That's a decent one. Oh, this is a real decent one. You see, He ain't on no meth. He got buccal fat removed from his face, which you need that fat, by the way. You need that fat in your face. Don't ever get this done. Please, ladies, don't ever let them go into your face and get that done. You need that fat. You're going to look tore up if you get older, okay? You need that fat in your face. So that's all he did. He grew up, but he also got buccal fat removal. That ain't meth. Listen, you can't spot reduce when it comes to cardio. You can't spot reduce. You can't go on a cardio. You can't go run. You can't go jogging. You can't go walk fast and hoping that the fat goes off your stomach or go off your ass. That's not how the body works. Depending upon your genetics, the body will lose fat from the last part that gained. And also, you can't, the only way you would look like this is unless you were obese, and then you'll have saggy skin on top of that. So remember when they said the Ozempic face? His face is too smooth and too healthy looking to look like Ozempic face, but he had the buccal fat. He had the buccal fat removed.
Delusional, but in an ironic sense, he is undoubtedly the most honest person in this entire video, as he is extremely aware of the negative ramifications of his usage.
Why are you infertile right now? It's like a negative feedback loop when you're not needing to produce testosterone anymore because your body realizes, okay, we're getting it from an exogenous.
So you're not producing
source.
any testosterone naturally?
No.
None?
No.
Oh, I'm not taking TRT, bro.
How do you think it works? You just don't, your body realizes we're at a certain level we don't need anymore, so it stops producing it.
The reason why he is on this journey is because he believes that he is genetically disadvantaged and has only made himself ascend to a slightly above average appearance.
These people, these Looks Max creators, we're all genetically gifted. They don't really understand, how it is to grow up not exactly good looking. People are placing me high tier normie as a little bit above average, between a 6 to a 6.5 on an actual decile scale that makes sense.
According to Clavicular himself, both of his parents are bodybuilders, and he began taking testosterone at only 14 years old to achieve a larger physique. So it's likely that from a young age he derived self-worth from
14. Okay, I don't believe that, but I do believe he probably was taking it as a teenager. He's not 14 here. Maybe he would start taking it at 16. I'm gonna say he would start taking it at 16. I believe him. I believe he was taking testosterone and stuff and gear at a young age, but I don't believe 14.
Physical appearance, and has developed extremely severe body and facial dysmorphia as a result.
I was on a little bit of everything, to be honest, growing up. Test at 14.
How do you even get testosterone at 14?
I just ordered it on the internet.
He has even directly acknowledged that he is actively shortening his lifespan for the sake of looks.
It is very likely that some of my lifespan...
Can I tell y'all that? Look, chat, what was the first thing I said? The best thing about Clavicular is he ain't gonna be here long, okay? Didn't I tell y'all that? I told y'all that. I said, you can't be doing all this kind of crazy stuff to your body and think it's not gonna affect your life.
And will be diminished with the things that I'm doing. I don't believe that's from some of the steroids, but maybe some of the recreational drugs in conjunction with the steroids. So that's a very real possibility.
As sad as this is, it does not absolve him from personal responsibility. His program currently has over 1.4 thousand active members, each paying $50 a month to take part. This coaching program has...
What? Welcome to the final bastion of sanity. No copes, no safe spaces, just raw, unfiltered reality. Detailed guides that will guaranteed ascend you. Oh my God. 1,500 suckers got licked for $50 a month? I am just floored right now.
Currently has over 1.4 thousand active members, each paying $50 a month to take part. This coaching program has grown exponentially in recent weeks, most notably because of a viral clip of him injecting fat-dissolving peptides into his 17-year-old girlfriend's face on stream. Other clips show him casually picking up girls and even criticizing their facial flaws while meeting them.
Oh yeah, so you have like a recessive...
Yeah, but you know what? There is, and I'm thinking about making this video in the future. There's a ton of videos of women rejecting him. I mean, a ton of videos of women rejecting him. Like, and it's pretty satisfying too.
TLS, I can't. You know, like your upper jaw, it's just a little recessed, so I can't. I mean, you know what I mean?
Are you looking at me? I don't know what that means.
I'm trying to like, can you explain to me what
I don't know.
Yeah, it's just like a developmental flaw, it's no worries.
Clips like these only feed into the persona that Clavicular is trying to create, where he is an unstoppable and irresistible specimen who has achieved his power through...
See, all he was trying to do was, what is that thing that they do? They make women feel inferior so that they can find them desirable. You know what I'm saying? Like, you what is that called? Yup, he's artistic as fuck. He'll make it until his 40s, I predict. Maybe not that far. And cried on forums about it. Oh, Brittany, you know this? Oh yeah, of course, I forgot. Girl, you know all of these losers. You know about them, not know them. No, not narcissists. Y'all remember where the red pills guys were purposely make women like they will. Y'all remember when they would say, oh, you would be, oh, I did a video on it. There you go. Negging. Thank you, Mr. Milky Way. Thank you, Mr. Milky. Negging. That's what he's doing. He's negging her. I mean, you can, it's look all right, blah, blah. Like, ladies, y'all should never fall for that. I mean, you would be fine. You'll be okay if you wasn't so dark, or you would be so okay if you wasn't so dark. Like, and if we do it to them, they're ready to they're gonna take us out.
Looks maxing, and it's working because his audience nor his customers see him as deeply insecure, and he continues to take advantage of his impressionable audience, much like Marquette Burton, who has created an entire red pill cult that is
Did we see this? I think we see this.
surprisingly working. On the surface, Marquette, aka the Saint and the Sinner, seems like just another run-of-the-mill internet alpha male. He sells courses, portrays himself as a business genius, and bashes women on podcasts.
Would you feel comfortable if your father was watching your OnlyFans and subscribing to it?
Yeah. We watched this, but we'll watch it again.
You would not feel comfortable, and I'll tell you why. That's because in your heart of hearts and your soul, if you still got one.
Girl, okay, girl, and you know your daddy would not like, okay, girl, let me tell you something, girl, okay, let me tell you something, okay.
You know it's wrong, and I'll give you an example. That's your work. In my work, if my mother consumed my work, I'd be thankful and pleased that she took an interest in my work and supported my work. If she bought my products, I'd be thankful. If your mother or father bought your products, you'd be disgusted.
Oh my God, is that hoe ass heifer, Isabella Riley? I just realized who was sitting beside him. The single baby mama who's living with her single baby daddy.
And ashamed because you know what you're doing is wrong and the product of what you're doing is bad.
Of course, he also has the tendency to fabricate every aspect of his life, lying about being a multimillionaire thanks to his background in application development. Although when you take a look at his resume, it's clear that he is not nearly as wealthy as he claims to be. In 2012, he launched his first company, Hobby Buddy, a social media platform that connected local strangers to help plan in-person activities. Hobby Buddy's website remained dormant for over 6 years, promoting the eventual release of a mobile app that would never see the light of day. His next business venture was called the Fletch app, a mobile application that gave universities the power to track student attendance. Marquette hoped to sell licenses to colleges in need of the service, although this effort failed, and the application has been defunct for over 5 years. He later shifted his focus to Why Not, a mobile application that was essentially a Craigslist for Wi-Fi hotspots. Despite Why Not's failure, Marquette landed himself an article in Forbes for his work on the application, which in reality is just a puff piece paid for by Marquette himself. His last major endeavor was an app called My Key, which was basically just a glorified geotag that never went anywhere. Now, I'm not coming at Marquette for failing. It is extremely difficult to start a successful business, and if anything, his persistence is admirable. But Marquette pretends that these failed businesses were actually huge successes.
Yes, he shamed women. Like, I am. What was the wording he would use? Because we saw him debate Jasmine about it, and I forgot. God damn it! I forgot. I forgot what I forgot. It's something like I'm not established, but something along that.
Claims they helped him become a self-made millionaire with a net worth of $100 million. But it's very obvious that he is nowhere near that kind of wealth.
Oh yeah, that was the going joke. What's your IP? But that was Jasmine saying that, though.
In 2020, Marquette was featured in an article discussing his involvement in the C program, which offered aspiring entrepreneurs
Yeah,
a
the Roach
$50,000
Whisperer.
investment to relocate to
I
Erie.
still have that video just in case. I said, you come for me, baby. I got, and that's how I do, right? If you're a bad person, I'll just collect shit on you. And then when I'm ready to just come for you, I just come with you just guns blazing, baby. I just come at you. Then I'll stop. I'll lose interest. Because that happens from sometimes. That does happen. Okay. I'll stop. Then because something else got my interest.
Pennsylvania. Despite claiming to be massively successful, Marquette was willing to move
Speaking of that, I need to get back on Twitter today.
states just to keep his business afloat. Once again, I respect the hustle, but it's hard to imagine a multimillionaire would move to Erie, Pennsylvania to do something like this. It's also hard to imagine that someone of this status would spend their time arguing with women on podcasts, selling self-improvement courses, and streaming multiple times a week to a small audience. Marquette goes to extreme lengths to portray himself as much more than just a glorified red pill live streamer, going as far as creating a fake BBC documentary about himself.
The Kenyans literally rolled out the red carpet for Mr. Button's arrival. He is
yeah! This was paid by him, dude. Dude, the fake it till you make it does have some science behind it. It does work to a certain extent, but this was ridiculous.
enigmatic figure, a businessman and a boxer, an author, a stoic, and a poet.
He originally had this YouTube video titled as BBC coverage or BBC Emerging World Leaders Profile, and then they made him change the title because obviously it's not a BBC thing.
Just about every internet alpha male portrays themselves as high-status individuals.
It's called negging. It's called negging. I did a video on it. It's on this channel, as a matter of fact. It's literally called negging. It's when men belittle women, humiliate women in hopes that she's so insecure. And this doesn't work with women who are secure, but there are a lot of women who are insecure, and they'll be like, well, they'll try to do everything to get its approval, you know what I'm saying? And that's how they end up on their back with their legs up in the air.
Imparting their wisdom on their
It worked, but it works on insecure women. It always works on insecure women.
Followers, but Marquette has created a full-blown cult. The Assassin follows an ideology called Marquetteism, which is essentially a religion based around men being alphas and women being second-class citizens. Nearly every element of the Assassin follows classic cult structure. It starts with rituals and traditions, mandatory greetings, group chants, and repeated creeds, all of which exist to reinforce belonging and suppress individuality. The two ideals make the group identity your primary identity, explicitly replacing race, nationality, and even standard family structure with loyalty to the organization. This ideology also lays out different levels of existence: confirmed saints, good people, and the wicked, all of which.
So that's what he always say: peace to the saints, peace to the saints, peace to the saints, peace to the saints. Dude, I would make a terrible cult leader. I would make a terrible cult. Let me tell you why I make a terrible cult leader. Because I don't like to be bothered every day. I just don't. You know what I'm saying? Live in person. Like, the best thing about having my house still, even though I turned it into my work home, is that if I just want to be left alone, you know what I'm saying, all I gotta do is feed Toby, and if Midnight bless me with her presence, I feed them, and then that's it. There's no sentient contact with anything else. Okay, it's just me. I like my alone time when I get it. Okay, so to be in a cult, you gotta constantly keep tabs on everybody. You gotta constantly like micromanage. You gotta constantly you gotta call and like it's a lot of damn work. It's a lot of damn work. I disagree. Cult leaders love taking money from idiots. I think you'll be good at that. How many times I asked you guys to donate to me today? Come on. How many times have I asked y'all to give me some money today? Come on, give me a number. Thank you, that shizzle. 0 times. Go to every video. You know, the last time I asked you guys for some money is when I wanted that machine, that $250 sparkling water machine. Other than that, I don't ask you guys for money. Cause guess what? It's not that I'm not good at asking for money. It's just that I don't care. That's why I would not make no good cult leader. So you said a good cult leader love taking money from idiots. What idiot have I taken money from? I don't even remind y'all to give me money when you're here on live stream. And by the way, just so I'm clear, I am not against any YouTuber saying, hey y'all, donate. Hey y'all, don't forget to hit the Cash App. Hey y'all, don't forget to hit those the super chats. I'm not against that. Because if any YouTuber hear me, I want you to know, I don't have a problem with that. As a matter of fact, you're doing it the right way. You're doing it the smart way. I don't do the shit because I don't care. So I proven again that I would make a terrible cult leader because I don't ask y'all for money unless I want something. And what was it? Before my soda making machine, I think the last time I asked you guys for money was 3 years ago for a new computer. See, let me tell you how I treat my audience. My audience will give me anything I want because I rarely ask for it. And I'm not saying I rarely ask for shit so y'all can give it to me. It's just that y'all know that I only ask for something I want. I really, really want. Did I have to get a $250 soda maker? No. But I wanted it. I wanted it. I was like, listen, I purchased a $100 one and it sucked ass. Well, it wasn't $100. It was 80 something dollars. I said, and it broke. And thank God I registered it. And because I registered it, I got that soda machine once a year. So for 2 years, I had something to make my low calorie, low sugar soda. Because I don't drink soda. And so I said, you know what? I'm going big. I'm not doing no more budget shit. And that's when I say, hey, chat, I want this soda thing. It's $250. I don't care. I want it. And y'all gave it to me. I love you for that too. I do. That's what I'm saying. I love my chat because when I really want something, y'all gonna come through for me. Y'all come through for me whenever I say I want this, and y'all come through for me on my birthday. Other than that, I don't sit up here and ask y'all for money. But again, so any YouTubers, okay, I don't want any other YouTuber listening to me to be like, don't forget to donate. Y'all are doing it right. Me, it's not a big deal. If it's a big deal, I'll let y'all know when it's a big deal. All three ever wanted was an island in French Polynesia. Oh Lord, there go Joe with the daddy jokes.
Which ties into the cult's fundamental rule system, what Marquette calls the 3-sentence Bible.
Number 1, be yourself. Number 2, be good to yourself. Number 3, be good to good people.
From there, it establishes a strict hierarchy, where one man sits at the top and everyone else, especially women, is assigned to a rigid, subservient role. The rules for women read less like relationship guidance and more like obedience.
I gotta read this. Hold on. I gotta read number 1. Where's number 1?
Assigned to a rigid, subservient role. The rules...
Okay. Rules for women in relationship. 1, make the bed first. Get yourself a maid.
Boom, headshot.
Ain't making a damn thing. That's what we got maids for. Number 2, no reckless eyeballing. Attention should be focused on your man. What? Do not discuss sex or sexual topics with anyone. Well, what if I want to learn something, some sexual positions that I want to try with my husband? Well, I can't talk about that. Do not discuss the relationship with anyone. I'm for keeping your Okay, this right here, I'm for you all keeping your relationships off the internet. Like, don't talk about your problems. Don't talk cause don't talk about your problems on stream. Don't tweet about it. Don't Instagram about it. Don't Cardi B about it. Keep your relationships off the internet. Just keep it off the goddamn internet. Do not interrupt peace. Consider timing. Do not bring up negative conversation when your man is happy or in a state of peace. There is a difference between sharing your perspective or adding weight to a man's experience through complaint or nagging. Number 6, food. 1, ensure your man is fed for hours. Make sure your man is fed every 4 hours. What if he don't want to eat every 4 hours? Prepare a hot breakfast daily. Nope. Okay. I get my husband a smoothie. Excuse me. Carry healthy snacks. I don't snack. Bring your man's food and set it before him when his meal is complete. Take away the food. Number 7, grocery shopping. Wash dishes. Males never do women's laundry.
For women, read less like relationship guidance and more like
Number 8, respect your man's money. 1, be thankful. Say thank you. Well, I do say thank you. I say thank you. I like, thank you, honey.
obedience training. Don't speak while thinking. Don't interrupt peace. Cook every 4 hours. Manage his food. Manage his house. Manage his schedule, but never question him. And most importantly,
why do I have to manage his schedule? He has a secretary for that.
the system positions the outside world as the wicked, while members become saints, creating an us versus them mentality that isolates followers, making the group the only place where they feel understood, valued, or morally superior. And of course, there's a direct correlation with moving up in the ranks and how much money you give to Marquette, whether it be through his business coaching courses or ticket sales for in-real-life events. I also find it hilarious that a single woman is only required to pay $200 and a single man has to pay 3 times as much at $600.
Wow, because a woman ain't gonna show up.
Oh my God! Thank you for the gifted
subs.
A
woman ain't gonna show up to no shit like this. Why would she do that? Joe gave a gifted sub to Falima Nima. Hey, Blue Tiger!
Oh my God! Thank you for the gifted subs.
Ah, Joe did it again! And Joe just gave a gifted sub to Iron345. Hi, Iron. Did you see me say hi to you earlier? And for Nima. Oh, look, for Nima. You got yourself some strawberry cake. Yay. Hi, Blue Tiger.
$100 because it's hard to see why any single woman would enter a room full of people that believe in Marquettism. Yet despite the insanely high price of these tickets, Marquette manages to convince a surprising amount of people that they are well worth it.
There's a lot. Let me say this. There are people to take advantage of, and there are people who want to be taken advantage of. Okay? I could never be part of easy pickings or low-hanging fruit because it's boring. Taking advantage of low-hanging fruit, that's just terrible. I would get bored with that, and it won't make me feel good. You know what makes me feel good? You know what makes me feel awesome? Going after people bigger than me, better than me, okay? Well-known than me. That makes me feel good. And then when I'm successful coming for their asses, like I think one of my first and biggest accomplishment, not the biggest, but one of the biggest accomplishment is taking down Sean King. Taking down Sean King. I was I was just a regular old YouTuber. And now people don't refer to him as a black man because of me, because of my exposed video that has been uber viral in the black community. Okay. So yeah, there you go. He's very irrelevant now. Don't have that type of power. So That's what I get off on. Going after some person that's like getting on my nerves and like being fixated on some nobody that don't make no difference in the world. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? You like, I could just block you and just keep it pushing. But you have to be known, and you have to like people have to know you. And I love punching up. I love punching up. Okay. So punching up is it feeds my sadistic nature, you know. But when you are someone who has that gift, which Marquette does have that, he rather used that gift to exploit the inferior mentality of a lot of men and women, because he has some women on his team. And he knows that there are some people that I like to call fishing for religion, meaning that they need somebody to follow. They need somebody to guide them. They need somebody to tell them the meaning of life, what is their life purpose, and this, that, and the other. And if these people get their hands on the wrong person, that person becomes a slave to the person they seek that information to. This is how pimps get hoes. This is how a lot of these alpha guys or these red pill creators get a lot of these men to subscribe to their classes. That's how Coconuts, aka Pugsy, got men to buy his program after he lied about getting 1,000 bodies. These men need somebody to believe in. And it's totally different from my generation, because my generation literally had action heroes for men and women. You had Spider-Man, you had the Incredible Hulk, you had Superman, you had Batman. For women, Wonder Woman, the Bionic Woman. You had so is it Shira? No. What is the girl with the red hair that played in that movie in Red Sonja? You had Red Sonja. Oh yeah, Mr. T. Okay. So you had a lot of, you had Cleopatra Jones, like Xena the Witch. You had so many women, although fictional. These are fictitious women. You had these women that you can, not Xena the Witch, I'm sorry, Xena the Warrior. Did I say Xena the Witch? God damn it. Xena the Warrior. Okay. You had these people to look. There you go. Yeah, I said it wrong. I corrected myself. I just caught myself saying that. So you had these people to look at, because there was no internet. You also had a lot of books to read. So then you had real life heroes to look after and look to. So then you have people looking at Caesar, or you have people looking at Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, you know what I'm saying, Cleopatra. Whether it's Black Cleopatra Jones or Cleopatra the goddess, you know what I'm saying? One of the woman I've learned so much from, and I've actually like revere her. She's like, I love this ancestor so much, is Queen Nzinga. All right, because she was the first Black queen that was taught to me, and it was taught to me that she was bad. She was a bad woman, honey. Nobody could enslave anybody from Angola while she was the queen. And it wasn't until she died that the British were able to enslave people in Angola. But while she was alive, and honey wasn't just sitting on the throne looking badass and sexy. She would get up on her elephant and she would fight with everybody else too. So it's like you had these, and if you didn't have those type of people to look up to, you also had people in your real life, you know, to look up to. That's not the case today. So you got these men who are filling in, and also women, because let's look at who's that Slavic chick who said, I am actually a 9. And I was like, bitch, you ain't nothing but a 4 over there. And what was her name? the warlock. What the white girl, the Slavic girl was the warlock chick. Hold on, y'all gonna know who I'm talking about in a minute. Oh yeah, Ripley from Aliens. I love that Puerto Rican girl who was in Aliens too. Where's Brittany? Brittany did videos on this chick. Brittany did videos on her, and she could tell me. But anyway, so you're gonna have women take advantage of this, but it's not that prevalent in women's spaces versus men's spaces. And the reason why is because men naturally want to follow, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just how we're different, right? Men naturally want to follow a leader if they are not the leader themselves. And sometimes men follow a leader until they become a leader themselves. It's just in their DNA, right? Women, you will have a lot of these women who are taking advantage of other women, but it never lasts that long, does it? You know what I'm saying? And women will turn our back on your ass real quick. That lady who played the Puerto Rican chick wasn't Hispanic, but she rocked that. She was Puerto Rican, wasn't she? You know who I'm talking about? She had muscles. Oh, God. I loved her. She wore that bandana. What was her name so I can look her up? What was her name? We got to get her name so I can look her up. No, not Michelle Rodriguez. Although she is badass herself. Just a little crazy. No, we're talking about was this the first Aliens or the second Alien? I think this is the second Alien. Hold on. She was Puerto Rican. Thank you, Spitfire. Hold on. It's the second Alien. Hold on, I'm about to go look. Badass women in Alien 2. Wasn't it Alien 2? Oh shoot, was it Alien 1? Hold on. Oh God. What Alien movie was she in? Martina Marcota. I think you're right, Magda. Hold on a second. No, this not her. This is the other crazy cray girl. No, I don't recall. She's Puerto Rican. Oh, it was the first Alien. Okay, hold on. Badass woman soldier in Alien. There she go. Oh my God. She's Puerto Rican. Hold on. She's Latina. If she ain't, her name is, hold on. Nah, thank you. Wait a minute. Oh my God. She's Jewish. Oh my God. What? She's Jewish? No, she married a Jew. She did. Oh my God. She married a Jew. She get. No way she's Jewish. Hold on. I'm about to do something. Oh no. She married a Jewish guy, right? Hold on a second. Oh my God. From Alien race. Hold on. She's not Latina. Oh my God. Oh no, she's white Jewish. Oh no, I'm so heartbroken. I'm so sorry. Oh my God. Oh my, I'm sad. She's white and Jewish. Oh my God, dude. Oh my God, dude. Holy smoke. Hold on. I feel duped. I'm sorry. This hurt my feelings. Okay? Okay? Joe, you hurt my feelings. I'm sorry. I'm so glad I'm close to the end of this show. I'm sorry. This bothered me so bad. Oh my God, dude. How you, no. How is she a Jew? No, what did they do? Yeah, my childhood was a lie. I love this woman. Dude, what are you talking about? Oh, God. Oh, man. Her family is from Brazil and Morocco. I think it's the Morocco, probably. Yeah, the Jews did do it. This is sad. This is so sad. You saw it on Wikipedia. I didn't even go to Wikipedia. That was one of these things. I was arguing with Enjo. I was like, you lying. I'm telling the truth. I could have sworn I was a Puerto Rican. Okay, I'm okay, guys. I'm so glad. You know what? I'm heartbroken. We about to power down. We're not even gonna finish watching the video. My feelings are hurt. All this time I thought she was a badass Puerto Rican dude. And I was lied to. Yup, too bad. Hey, look, Enjo, if y'all want to know why we not finishing the Marquette. By the way, Marquette was the last one anyway. Marquette was the last one. I think we only had how many more minutes of it? Hold on. We were at 4-7. Yeah, only one more minute. Only one more minute left. And I'm not watching the last minute. I'm mad. I was lied to. I thought Vasquez was a Latina. I thought she was a badass Puerto Rican woman. That's right. I am taking my ball and going home. Y'all should have never told me her real ethnicity. You should have let me believe the lie. Damn it. Y'all took her away from me. Can't believe y'all did that. I'm very salty. Nah. Damn. I can't even look at her the same now. She was playing a character. Ugh. Anyway. All right, chat. And if y'all want to know if anybody's watching this post show, I want y'all to know that Enjo is the reason why y'all not seeing the last minute of the show of Marquette, because I was under the impression that what is her name? Whatever her name is, who is Vasquez? Okay. And I am upset. So I am taking my marbles and I am going home. But anyway, guys, I do have a video coming for you guys. Okay. Yeah, Goldstein. As soon as I saw Goldstein, I said, wait a minute, that's Jewish. That's Jewish. Jeanette Goldstein. No, they can't be it. So, anyway. When somebody pees in your drinks and leave, when somebody pees in your drink, you leave. That's right. That's right. She stole my thunder. That's right. I'm upset. Okay. All right, guys. Look, with that being said, I will have some content for you all next week. I am appreciative. No, you can't apologize now. Okay. You cannot apologize. You should have let me believe the lie. And yeah. Tomorrow on my political channel, we will start the show early because I'm going to be on Christy's show, Simpcast. So there's that. All right, guys. Love ya. Thanks for coming. And I'll talk to you all the next time. Later, taters.